You just mentioned sorry, Harp, the 7 assists for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis went down to get hit in the midsection.
Şengün, and remember that Davis just missed time with an abdominal injury, although it appears it might be lower than the abdominal.
Take big shots as well.
Dinwiddie's got a knack.
Yes, he does.
10 points in the game for Spencer.
The Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis. However, the excitement surrounding Davis's arrival in Dallas was short-lived, as the star forward suffered an injury in his debut game. Recent developments have brought more concerning news for the Mavericks and their fans. On February 20th, 2025, the Dallas Mavericks released an official statement regarding Anthony Davis's injury. The team announced that Davis is making good progress in his recovery from a left adductor strain. However, the news is not as positive as fans might have hoped. Davis will be sidelined for at least 2 more weeks, meaning he will miss a minimum of 7 additional games. This injury occurred during Davis's debut game with the Mavericks on February 8th, 2025 against the Houston Rockets. In that game, Davis showcased his immense talent, scoring 26 points, grabbing 17 rebounds, and blocking 3 shots in just 31 minutes of play. Unfortunately, he had to leave the game late in the third quarter due to the adductor strain. It's worth noting that Davis had already missed 5 games prior to his Mavericks debut due to an abdominal muscle strain. This history of injuries raises concerns about Davis's durability and availability for the team moving forward. The extended absence of Anthony Davis poses significant challenges for the Dallas Mavericks. Currently, the team holds the 8th position in the Western Conference with a 30-26 record. While they are within striking distance of the top 6, which would guarantee a playoff spot without the need for the play-in tournament, Davis's absence makes this goal more difficult to achieve. Head coach Jason Kidd addressed the situation, stating, "I'd say our goals are still attainable. It's a matter of, can we get healthy? But we are going to take it one game at a time. We are not looking past New Orleans. We have to find a way to win." The Mavericks' performance before the All-Star break provides some reason for optimism. Despite the injury woes, the team won 4 out of their last 5 games. This includes a notable victory over the Golden State Warriors, where Kyrie Irving scored an impressive 42 points. The following night, the Mavericks rested Irving but still managed to beat the Miami Heat with only 9 available players. Anthony Davis's injury is just one part of a larger frontcourt crisis facing the Mavericks. The team is currently without its top 3 big men: Anthony Davis, due to left adductor strain; Derek Lively II, due to stress fracture in right ankle, last played on January 14th; Daniel Gafford, due to sprained MCL in right knee. This situation has forced the Mavericks to take emergency measures. They recently signed 7'2" center Moses Brown to a 10-day contract to address their lack of depth at the center position. Brown, who previously played for the Mavericks during the 2021-2022 season, joins the team after a stint with the Westchester Knicks in the G League, where he averaged 15.6 points and 14.9 rebounds. The Mavericks have also had to rely on unconventional lineups. In their last game before the All-Star break, two-way player Kessler Edwards, standing at 6'8", started at center against the Miami Heat's 7-foot rookie Kel-El Ware. Edwards rose to the challenge, scoring 15 points and grabbing 9 rebounds in 40 minutes of action, finishing just 1 rebound shy of his second career double-double. The Mavericks' injury problems have been so severe that they were forced to sign 2 emergency centers in the past month. Kylor Kelly joined on a 2-way contract in January. The 27-year-old had never appeared in an NBA game before Kidd inserted him into the lineup in garbage time of Dallas's blowout win against the Washington Wizards on January 27th. Kelly has played a total of 60 minutes across 7 games. The injury to Anthony Davis has intensified criticism of Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison regarding the trade that brought Davis to Dallas in exchange for Luka Doncic. Many fans were already upset about trading away the face of the franchise, and Davis's injury has only added fuel to the fire. Coach Jason Kidd was asked about the possibility of Davis needing surgery. While he didn't rule it out entirely, Kidd stated, "Right now he's doing great. He's in the weight room. He was shooting on the court. A lot of positive things for him. I don't know if that means surgery, but I think we are all excited to see him back to work. The uncertainty surrounding the need for surgery adds more concern for the Mavericks and their fans. If Davis were to require surgery, it could potentially end his season, dealing a severe blow to the team's playoff aspirations. Davis's injury history is a significant cause for concern. He has been criticized for his injuries in the past, and suffering a left adductor strain in his monstrous debut gave Mavs fans the exact same nightmare they were all worried about. Davis has experienced countless lower body injuries throughout his career, which have put teams in agony when he's not on the court. The recent injury setback raises questions about Anthony Davis's long-term durability and its impact on his career trajectory. Davis, a 10-time All-Star, has been plagued by injuries throughout his career, which has often prevented him from reaching his full potential. This season, Davis has played in 43 games, averaging 25.7 points, 12.0 rebounds, 3.4 assists, and 2.2 blocks per game. These numbers underscore his importance to any team he plays for. However, the current injury situation means that Davis will fall short of the 65-game minimum required to be eligible for major awards such as All-NBA and Defensive Player of the Year. Bleacher Report writer Dan Favale offers an interesting perspective on Davis's career. Injuries and inflated reputation as a shooter in mind, Anthony Davis is among the most dominant big men of all time. His knack for play finishing is often interpreted as a limitation when comparing him to others, but he has more driving, face-up, and playmaking depth to his armory than credited. Tough finishes and high-volume trips to the foul line must not go overlooked either. Favale also highlights Davis's defensive prowess. He added, "Then, of course, there is the defense. Anecdotally speaking, it feels like we do not appreciate the lifts he shoulders on that end nearly enough. The amount of ground and number of bodies and mistakes he can cover up for on a single possession is rivaled by a scant few." The trade that brought Anthony Davis to Dallas in exchange for Luka Doncic was a seismic shift for the franchise. Doncic, who had expressed a desire to be a Maverick for life, was seen as the cornerstone of the team's future. The decision to trade him for Davis was met with shock and, in many cases, anger from Mavericks fans. Anger. The full trade package included: to Dallas, Anthony Davis, Max Christie, first-round pick. To Los Angeles, Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber. Markieff Morris, Nico Harrison, the Mavericks general manager, justified the trade by emphasizing the importance of defense in winning championships. He viewed Davis as a dominant defensive anchor who could elevate the team's game to new heights. However, with Davis's injury occurring so soon after the trade, Harrison's vision has yet to materialize on the court. The Mavericks' strategy was to create one of the NBA's biggest front courts by playing Davis at power forward alongside either Daniel Gafford or Derek Lively II at center, with PJ Washington sliding to small forward. This plan was only realized for about 3/4 of one game before injuries derailed it. Despite the absence of Anthony Davis and other key players, the Mavericks have shown resilience. Their 4-1 record in the 5 games before the All-Star break demonstrates the team's ability to compete even with a depleted roster. Kyrie Irving has stepped up in Davis's absence, as evidenced by his 42-point performance against the Golden State Warriors. The team has also received contributions from unexpected sources, such as Kessler Edwards' near double-double performance against the Miami Heat. However, the long-term success of the team likely depends on getting their star players, particularly Anthony Davis, back on the court. The Mavericks' defensive strategy, which yielded a franchise record 18 blocks in Davis's debut game, hints at the potential of a fully healthy roster. The Mavericks' injury situation has put them in a precarious position financially. The signing of Moses Brown to a 10-day contract has left the team approximately $50,000 below the first apron amount of $178.1 million, which they are not permitted to exceed. This limitation could affect the team's ability to make further roster moves if additional injuries occur or if Davis's absence extends beyond the current timeline.